Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me again. And you know what? I've been talking a lot about stories and series that have disappointed me, but I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't seen a lot more Samurai Jack media. And by Samurai Jack media, I mean movies, novels, other stories like that. So, if you don't know, I'll give you a quick snapshot of the history while this is playing. Samurai Jack came out in 2001 and it ended in 2017 with the entire series completed. It's a great story. It's multicultural. It hits a lot of different story beats. And it's one of those that I always expected would translate really well into other storytelling media, movies, comics, video games. Now, there's a very short history on those things. It's about the span of 2013 to 2015 or so, where it really was capitalized on, quote unquote. I wouldn't call the Game Boy Advance being capitalized on, but you know. So, this would be more of a pitch for the movie aspect. I've been talking about movies a lot, so let's continue that conversation. So, the biggest strength that Samurai Jack has is it has a linear narrative. Boy gets sent into the past by evil demon. Boy figures out a way to get back to the past to defeat said demon, and boy defeats demon. If you look at Samurai Jack, that is the snapshot of the entire story spanning 15 years. But as you know, there are lots of twists and turns and obstacles and new characters and interesting storylines and relationships, and all of that gets explored in a very robust way. For being such a linear narrative, Samurai Jack is robust. There's a lot of culture, and I found it really interesting because I was reviewing these episodes not that long ago, and there's a spot where you have the deity of the Norse mythology, the deity of Egyptian mythology, the deity of Indian or Hindu mythology. And it's really interesting that you put all of those together. We're in Black History Month, and they're talking about a whole episode dedicated to African culture. Like, why isn't this show being explored more? There is so much here. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's going to be a new cinematic universe like Sonic or potentially Mario or like Marvel. This is more of a one-shot, maybe a duology. I'd say max a duology, because part of the strength of Samurai Jack's story is it is simple. That's the great thing. It is extremely simple. So, you'd have to ask, what episodes do you think would be included in a overall one straight narrative, like 2-hour movie, so to speak? I definitely think you have to include the introduction of his name when they're going, Jack, 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 Jack. That part cracks me up every single time. You definitely want to include the origins of Aku, the very beginning where Jack is the last hope and he defeats Aku, but Aku tricks him and sends him back to the past and whatnot. And then I would definitely want to see the episodes of the Scotsman, the Three Archers, the Spartans, and I would say the story ending with Anji, because I know a lot of people have opinions about the final season and with Anji, but I thought that it contained such an interesting consequence to his actions. Like, there is never really a point in time where Jack has the opposition of what if I don't want to return to the past. And I thought that season 5 brought that in brilliantly. Maybe a little bit too late, because Anji should have been a presence throughout the whole thing if they're going to introduce her now. But it would have been great to see, and it's crazy that we're talking about this whole thing in this video we're watching just goes into the second episode, but that's how straightforward this story is, and that's one of the biggest strengths it has. This would be a great idea for a movie. a great idea for novels. Oh, this would be fantastic for novels. Let's not even get into that. You could do any of these episodes in one novel. Talk about something that people would gorge on. Have some awesome illustrations, some dynamic storytelling, which you already have here. It's not even like you have to work that hard for it. But those are just my opinions on Samurai Jack. I think that this is one of those that, especially when we're going into the live action era of movies, this would be a great example of something that would be successful, because the animation style for the fights lends really well to filmography. And I would imagine that, you know, the shots of when he's doing strikes, you see it right here. Jack goes through and cleaves 1, 2, 3 times, and that's something that translates easily into filmography. And yeah, that's just my opinion on the whole thing. I think that this would be an awesome opportunity, and if there was something that I would really be looking for live action, this would be one of those. I would be, take my money 100%. But I'm going to transfer it to you guys. I want to hear your opinions on this. Do you think Samurai Jack would make a good movie, or a good couple of movies? Or do you think that I'm stretching here and we just need to leave Jack where he's at, living happily ever after? Before this video ends, I wanted to shout out to you guys and say thank you so much for all the engagement, the conversation, the likes, the views. I really appreciate all of it. I've been trying to get some sort of thing lifted off on YouTube or video or storytelling related for like the past 10 years. And there's always been obstacles in a way. So seeing you guys come in and actually engage with me on a lot of these is so encouraging. And I wanted to say, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, there are some people who've made comments like, hey, you need to improve your video quality in order to make it to the next level, or some paraphrase of that degree. Now, I hear that, and I am definitely planning on moving forward with that. I need to have more investment. Like, I need to be able to get cameras, a new mic, because somebody said that this mic isn't great, which I get. But I'm not asking anything of you guys. Obviously, just keep engaging and keep commenting and keep conversating with me like you have been. It's just going to take time for those things to grow. And if you guys stick with me, we'll make it happen. But I really appreciate you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.